think we're live. Y'all let me know if you can see me and hear me right quick. I'm kind of a distance away from my phone. Decided to go live here because I don't have a lot of time. I don't want to have to edit it, and I'm sweating my cojones off. So let me know, guys, if you can leave a comment if you can hear me and see me, because I'm actually in a vehicle, and I don't want to waste time if y'all can't see or hear me. All right, good. James Ross, thank you, my friend. Good. All right, cool. So I'm going to tell you all about 3 bills. So please bear with me. I've got 2 of them printed out in front of me. I got another one that I've taken copious notes on. But the bills I'm going to tell you about, there's 2 bills. One, they're sister bills, bicameral legislation it's called. One is in the House, H.R. 2715. The other one is in the Senate, S. 1237. They're both called Jamie's Law. And I'll tell you about those, but just know that 2 of the 3 bills are basically the same thing. And the other bill is the bill that has been poking its head around again, and that's H.R. 3740. That's the Handgun Licensing and Registration Act of 2021, although we've seen it before. So I'm going to try to tell everybody what the bill is, what the bills are, what they entail, just how serious of a threat are they, how much support do they have, and where we can divert our attention if we need to on these bills. So with that said, we'll start with the couple bills that aren't really getting a lot of attention. That's Jamie's Law, and there's a reason that they're not getting a lot of attention. So in the House, it's probably going to be reversed where you're seeing it. H.R. 2715. Jameson, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I can't really read everything unless I get up close and squint like an old man. But thank you so much. So H.R. 2715, in the House, this was resubmitted, because this was submitted in the past. Resubmitted by Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She's the crazy, crimping, is going to try to stay in with the blue eyeshadow underline, Democrat from Florida. This was resubmitted on April 20th of this year. It's currently sitting in the House Judiciary, House Committee on the Judiciary. Is the official title. Somebody just said ramen head. Yeah, perfect. She does look like she has ramen noodles. That's awesome. It has 25 co-sponsors, so it's 0. That's like nothing. There's not a lot of co-sponsors for this, considering the amount of Democrats that are in the House of Representatives right now. Okay, David, thank you. So I'll go over it real quick. It's called Jamie's Law, and the purpose of the bill is to enhance the background check processing in the United States of America to prevent the purchase of ammunition by individuals prohibited from doing so. That's the nutshell. I mean, that's the summary of it. And the Senate version is S1237, and this was resubmitted again. It was in the last session. The last session for the House, if you really care, was H.R. 1705. The Senate one I can't remember off the top of my head. But S1237, resubmitted by Michael Blumenthal, the well-paid anti-gunner, Bloomberg's best buddy, Republican. Doesn't matter anymore. I mean, they're all the same. But he's a Democrat out of Connecticut. And in the Senate, it has one co-sponsor. That many. Out of 99 other possible co-sponsors, has 1, and it's his buddy in Connecticut, Chris Murphy. And this was submitted the same day as Wasserman Schultz's version, April 20th, 2021. Now, I'm bringing these out for a reason, because first off, I hope you watched the video I did this morning, or this afternoon. I don't even know what time it is right now. I've been working out here. Let me see. I put it up about 3.5 hours ago. It's called Secret Gun Control Negotiations in the Senate. If you haven't seen that, absolutely watch that video after this. Absolutely, please watch that video, because there's a legitimate backdoor negotiations going on between the Democrats and the Republicans for a more palatable version of the universal background check bills, because they really, really want to pass something during this session. And there's some going back and forth. Watch that video. It's information you need to know, and there's a link on how to go about addressing that to make it easy for you. So these two ammo background check bills, we've seen them before. I'll give you a couple quick things on what it wants to do, but I don't see this as a risk on its own. However, to tie it back into the video I just did a couple hours ago, they could easily be worked into that bill that they're talking about to make it really nice and palatable for a couple of Republicans to cross the line and get that magic 60 votes for cloture in the Senate. That's why I'm bringing this to your attention, guys. Even though it has one co-sponsor, it could be lumped into what they're working on right now, which is why I need you all to be aware of it. Again, Rome is not burning, but I want you to be aware of it, okay? So, basically, you can't buy ammo unless you're approved to do it, and it would have to go through the NICS check system. And before I get too far ahead of myself, it's the same kind of the same situation that they had in California that was deemed unconstitutional, the Rodi v. Becerra / Bonta case now that is in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and it's already been deemed unconstitutional in the Ninth Circuit, but they would love to pass it federally, even though it's currently being reviewed and could end up in the Supreme Court. They just still want it anyway because facts schmacks. This will do absolutely nothing to stop crime. This will do absolutely nothing to save lives. This will make it harder for people to purchase ammunition for items that they already legally and lawfully own. You would have to go through a background check, a universal background check. Now remember what universal background checks are. They're different than our current background check system. The universal background check system is designed to form a registry so that they know who has what, who you are, why you're buying this ammunition. Do you have the ability to buy 9mm ammunition if you don't have any registered 9mm handguns? See these things? So that's what this looks to do, Jamie's Law. It's to kowtow. It came out as a knee-jerk reaction by Wasserman, Schultz, and Blumenthal, in reaction to Parkland. And I'll read you three quick paragraphs from it, okay? It shall be unlawful for any person who is not a licensed importer, a licensed manufacturer, or a licensed dealer to transfer ammunition to any other person who is not so licensed, unless a licensed importer, manufacturer, or dealer has first taken possession of the ammunition for the purpose of complying with subsection S. Upon taking possession of the ammunition under this subparagraph, a licensee shall comply. You better comply, biatch. Citizen, you better comply, boys and girls. Yeah, bafangul, right? But you shall comply with all requirements of this chapter as if the licensee were transferring ammunition from the inventory of the licensee to the unlicensed transferee. So you would have to make sure that you can buy these items legally, and they would have to run you through a background check. If a transfer of ammunition described in subparagraph A, which is the first we went over, will not be completed for any reason after a licensee takes possession of the ammunition, including because the transfer of the ammunition to or receipt of the ammo by the transferee would violate this chapter. Naughty, naughty, naughty. How many people get false positives or false delays on the background check system as it already is? Well, you can, if this were to go through, just look at California, what happened there. I mean, thousands and thousands of people were illegally and wrongfully denied purchasing ammo. But they want to do it here. So yeah, I've had enough. That's enough of this bullshit. S1237 is the Senate version. HR 2715 is the House version. Okay, one co-sponsor in the Senate, nothing to worry about on its own. 25 co-sponsors in the House, nothing to worry about on its own. Again, I'm telling you this because of the video I did this morning about the backdoor negotiations with Lindsey Graham, Pat Toomey, and Chris Murphy. Now, the third one that has popped its ugly head back up again is HR 3740. 3740, we've seen it again before. Excuse me as I sweat through my shirt. It is 96 degrees in here. Woo! I'm going to speed it up because I'm about to die. It's the Handgun Licensing and Registration Act, now of 2021, previously of 2019. The previous version, just so we know where it's coming from and how successful it was in the past, was HR 687, had a different number, and it had a total of 6 co-sponsors. It was submitted January 17th of 2019, and I did 2 videos on that previous version. So it died in committee because, I mean, I'll tell you, we'll get into a little bit of the meat of it, and you'll see why this is a crazy ask. But this is the one they throw into the wall to see what sticks, so that they can squeak these two in this renegotiation, so some of the Republicans will come over and we can get our universal background checks, and we can throw in the background check on ammo too, and that would be a victory for Biden and his crew. See what I mean? So now it's called H.R. 3740, same title, different year, Handgun Licensing Registration Act of 2021, submitted by Bonnie Watson Coleman. She's a wacko out of New Jersey. 7 co-sponsors, and I'm not going to look it up again. I remember them all being either from New Jersey or New York, if I remember correctly. But either way, it doesn't matter. There's 7 total co-sponsors. Again, it's resubmitted, and this would require a federal license to purchase, own, or possess handguns, and it would cause a registration as well. It would establish, sorry, this is going by pretty quick. Thank you guys. I can't really see them all and focus at the same time. I'll try to swipe and get back to it in a second. The United States Attorney General shall establish a federal system for licensing and registering all handguns owned, possessed, or controlled in the United States of America. And you would have to be 21. So if you're 18 to 20, you can do things like fight for oil, but you can't defend yourself here. If you're not a citizen lawfully present, you can't get your gun. And why does that even say anything to anybody? Because some states do allow permanent legal residents or temporary legal residents to obtain a permit. And then you would have to complete a firearm safety training regimen to whatever the federal government says it should be. And of course, there'll be a cost of that. Poor citizen, you want to own these guns, so you must be independently wealthy, right? So this would take away the opportunity to defend yourself if you happen to be of lower income, or a single mom, bunch of kids, working hard to keep food on the table. This could make a difference between feeding the kids or defending yourself. Let's be real. I mean, even ramen hair should understand that. You would have to go through a background check. You would have to go through a criminal history check. You would be printed and photographed. Obviously, this is a permit, so they're going to have your identification. It's a 5-year license, and I've gone over this stuff before. I did a video on this as well last year, but it's resubmitted, and people are talking about it, so I want you to be aware. A 5-year license, that's going to cost money too. Peasant, peon, you shall pay for that. And every 5 years, you'll have to pay for whatever that cost is. It's not even in the bill. Now, it also says that the registry shall include a method of easily retrieving information necessary, meeting the identification. So what does that mean? Think of it this way. I find a gun, I look it up, the serial number, boop, owner, registered owner's face pops up, as well as everything else they own. I'm a person who's stopped by the government for whatever crazy reason. They take my license, my federal license to own, possess, or control this firearm. They run my name, boop. All the items that I have registered show up, registry, right? So they can figure out who has what and where they are, or where they live, stuff like that. Couple more things, guys, and we're done. It would be unlawful, so this has criminal penalties, as do these ammunition BS check things. It would be unlawful to own, possess, or control a handgun in a state to which this applies, unless that state is one similar to Massachusetts, where they already register firearms. And in order for that to be okayed by the government, then it would have to be certified. So it would be a bit, a fighting between, I guess, these are the hoops to jump through jump through them, and you get our blessing. And there are a few states that register handguns, so this would be right in line with that. And then, again, criminal penalties. If you possess something and you don't have that federal golden ticket, and they also allow this registry to be run federally, locally, or state. So they're going to push that down to the state. State PDs will push that down to local sheriffs or local PDs. So it's going to be it's a big ask. It's a huge registry, it's a big ask. And then there would be no person-to-person sales, no person-to-person transactions, unless you're a licensed importer, manufacturer, or dealer, and you would need a purchase permit. Similar lingo that's in this Bad Larry's. These Bad Larry's. And then there would be grants from the government so that the states that are already in doing these registrations, you know, they'll get a little bit of kickback and attaboy, good job in violating the rights of your people there. Again, these do nothing to stop crime. Pookie and Ray Ray on the Conda are still going to be shooting people up and slinging rock. This doesn't stop that. This doesn't even, it doesn't do anything. It just makes it harder for the legal, law-abiding, constitutional people who just want to be left alone. Makes it harder for them. And then these grants will be used as well to get other states to jump on board. Gotta bribe them. That's the way the federal government operates. So these three bills, guys and gals, again, two of them are, one in the Senate, one in the House, Jamie's Law, ammunition background checks. And then, it's over here, 3740, which is the Handgun Licensing, what's the official title? Handgun Licensing and Registration Act of 2021. Handgun Licensing, 7 co-sponsors. In the Senate, ammo has 1 co-sponsor, and in the House, it has 25 co-sponsors. In and of themselves, nothing to worry about. Not even worth me sweating through this shirt right now in this now 97-degree heat. But again, watch the video I did this morning, a couple hours ago. These tie directly into that. And as soon as I was looking around, I was like, no kidding, that's what they're trying to do. So take a peek. There's a reason that they're negotiating, that they want this more palatable version of a universal background check bill. Would it include the handgun licensing? Probably not, but they'll throw that in there so that it can be taken out, and the ammo backgrounds could probably be slid in. Now, with that said, as we currently sit, nothing's going anywhere because we have the filibuster, which is a good thing. It sucks that we have to even have this type of scenario because our rights are not given to us by these hacks in DC or the hacks at the state level. But this session's coming down to the filibuster. And as we sit, we're good because Manchin, Cinema, and others have said we're not going to vote to nuke it. However, there is a movement, not to necessarily to nuke the filibuster, but maybe to renegotiate the filibuster. Instead of 60 votes, bring it down to like, I don't know, 41. Something that's easier to get, especially when it's a 50-50 split in the Senate. Pay attention to the small things, guys. So, yeah, check out the video I did, Secret Gun Control Negotiations in the Senate. And please subscribe to Guns and Gadgets if you want to stay in the know. Stuff is popping off left and right because the Democrats, especially in the Senate, are getting pressure from their counterparts in the House, the Pelosi types, saying, "Hey, look, we passed this BS. You're siding with the NRA. Ooh. You know, you're the ones holding this up." So there's a renewed push. They're gonna have their little 4th of July break, but when they come back, it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong, and we'll see what they are gonna do. I'm watching them. If you want to stay in the know, subscribe to Guns and Gadgets, like this video, share this video, comment on the video as well. Let me know what you think down below. And I'm sweating through everything. I've had enough. I'm going back inside to the air conditioner. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. The amount of time you take out of your day, which is extremely important to spend time here with this group, means a lot to all of us. Thank you. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. I will see you on the next one. Who knows? Could be soon. Things are popping off like crazy in DC. Take care, everybody. See you on the next one. Thank you for joining.